you ever been in a situation or a circumstance or an environment so long that you forgot what it was like to be out of it? Maybe for you it was a financial burden, an abusive environment, or perhaps just an emotional battle. That's just like our friends here on Skid Row. They're dealing with an unsafe environment, an unhealthy environment, and they're in a poverty-stricken situation. When you've been caught up under something for so long, it's easy to forget what life was before you were burdened with that current situation. That's why this year, Covered with Love LA is not just providing a new blanket, but also an environment. Covered with Love LA's goal and our hope this year is to give them just a taste of goodness that will hopefully give them a renewed vision and a renewed hope that will transform their lives.
It gets pretty cold. You have to barricade yourself in to keep warm. Insulate yourself pretty good.
Would new blankets help down here?
Oh, yes. Blanket is very necessary down here. Sometimes people would be passing out like bags with like king size and queen size blankets, comforters and stuff. And if you're lucky enough to get it, you got it made.
One of the challenges out here in Skid Row is the fact that in the wintertime it gets very cold. They sleep on the cement, which is cold, and then when it rains, their blankets and their items get wet and it's cold, and they don't have the luxury of going and drying the stuff out. They literally have to just wait for it to dry out on a fence.
I believe that blankets is one of the most important tools you can have down here as far as in the winter months, because not only, even if it doesn't rain, you get a lot of condensation in your tent.
Where you wake up wet and it
yeah,
ain't even rain.
You wake up wet or damp, and that doesn't mix very well with cold. So it's real miserable in the wintertime.
Blankets on the bottom and blankets on the top because of concrete, you know.
Right.
It seems like you can't penetrate the concrete sometimes. I don't care how many blankets you have. It seems like the concrete actually sucks the energy out of it. The more blankets we have underneath us and on top of us, the better we are.
This year's event is based off of the scripture Psalms 34:8. Open your mouth and taste. Open your eyes and see that the Lord is good. So we've named it Taste and See. Our goal is to bring our best to Skid Row. We want to block off this entire block. That's right, block it off. We want to bring our best to give them an experience that they'll never forget.
When it's cold, it's a different perspective. People at certain times are running. One, if you don't have ID to get in shelters and you're on the sidewalk, you have to pretty much get boxes, pile them up where you're comfortable, block off the wind. If you're fortunate enough, where folks like yourselves are going to be on blankets, then that sort of helps.
We want to reach out to you, Los Angeles, to say partner with us, believe with us, and let's bring change to Skid Row.